I opened the Recreation Committee meeting on February 2nd at 6:35 p.m. We'll start off with members present. I think today we'll start with John down there and then move our way.
John Regan.
Mark Sant.
Mary Anastasio.
Daniel Jones.
David Roll.
Michael Crouch.
Cindy Courier, COA representative.
Okay, excellent. We'll quickly do everyone get a chance to read Mark's minutes for the last, I guess it's November and January?
Yep.
Any comment on that? I make a motion to approve it.
Both, yeah.
Second.
Second, yeah.
Discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Done. Correspondence, we'll, correspondence first, right?
Yeah. let's-
Yeah,
So I had a correspondence from Becky from the First Baptist Church.
Byfield Parish Church.
Byfield Parish. And she's looking to have sort of a festival of sorts on the property. I've invited her here. If you, they don't know anything really about it. I've asked you a couple questions, but
Yeah.
I'd love for you to give an introduction
Sure.
to what you're looking to do, and I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of questions.
Yeah. Do you want me to come to that seat?
Yeah, why don't you?
Sure. And then just.
and just, maybe state your name.
Okay.
And you're at Byfield? I mean,
Byfield. I'm a resident of Byfield, and I'm Becky Murray, and I'm the Christian Education Director at Byfield Parish Church.
Gotcha.
So what we want to do is on May 9th, so a one-time event that evening from about 5:30 to 8 is the time we're looking at. But we would like to do, it's essentially like a large capture the flag game. And this is an event that we have been having at the church for the last 20 plus years. And so we've done it, I don't know if you're familiar, at Byfield Parish Church, there's like a little triangle of property across the street.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we've had this event for the last 20 years. But now we think we're gonna have over 100 kids coming, and so we don't fit. And so we are just looking for a larger field to have our event. So that's kind of the basic, I have two visions of this event. I have a small vision and I have a really big vision. So the small vision is that we just do the same event that we've always done at the church, we would just do it on this field. Like I said, it's like a big capture the flag game. The kids wear face paint, and then we make flour bombs out of nylons and like baking flour, right? And when you throw them, they kind of like poof, like it's kind of like gunpowder, you know. And so it's really fun. And then the other part of the event is that we build box sports, like cardboard box sports. And so the event is like several rounds where first they come and they put on face paint and they build box sports. And then you have some rounds where they play capture the flag around the forts and stuff like that. And then at the end, we recycle everything and clean it all up. And so like I said, we have been doing this for many years. It's really popular. And so that's kind of what we want to do. So that's the very narrow version of the event. And then I have dreams someday to make it a big event where we invite the whole community to come, and we have some events for younger kids. And we have a band come, and we do like all kinds of stuff, make it like a big community event. Right now the event is for kids from 5th through 12th grade. And so that's kind of the age frame that we've invited. So.
And that's May 9th?
May 9th.
which is a Saturday.
It's a Saturday evening now.
And I don't think that conflicts with any of the soccer groups, right?
That's one of my questions. How long is setup of this event?
The way I planned it would be at 5:30. Well, I have a list. I have it here. Exactly.
Would setup start at 5:30 or the event? Because we have a soccer request that lasts months that will go until 4 o'clock that day.
Oh, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't need to come till like 5 at the very earliest. I was thinking like 5:15.
Then we have no conflict.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Mark?
I'm just thinking of fun.
Is there food?
So that's part of my dream big plan. Is I actually know some like food trucks that I wanted to invite to come, and people can get some food and stuff like that. What we do typically for youth group is that we make like little snack bags for each of the kids, and so then after we play the big game, which lasts about an hour, everyone has a snack and we kind of sit down and have a talk and stuff like that. Is what we normally do. But I was like, we are church has a band, and so I was gonna invite them to come and like play and have like a little concert at the end and stuff like that. And I thought, I have some people who I know if we invited like families to come that could like do face painting, and my brother-in-law does like balloon animals, and I thought it'd be fun. It's a fun event to watch, actually. I have a video if you want to see of what it's like. It's a little wild, but it's really fun. It's a kind of a crazy, it's very unique, like, kind of a fun thing.
When you say you'd like to use the fields, are you looking at one regulation size soccer field? Or are you looking at 2 soccer fields? The whole playing field area, which is a number of acres?
No, probably, so if you can picture where we've had it in that little triangle across the street, it's like 1 soccer field would be plenty big for like what we're doing. You don't want it to be too big because
Then it's
Then
too big.
right, exactly.
Oh,
There
no,
needs to
you
be,
had
like,
to run forever.
there needs to be like playing dimensions for them, right? And so we've been doing it on a very tiny space, and kind of depending on the number of kids that we have, I would maybe anticipate doing 2 games side by side, so you have 5th and 6th graders together, and then you have like high schoolers, or like to kind of separate ages, so that the big kids don't trample the little kids. So, so that would be how we would kind of determine, but it would definitely be no bigger than like a soccer field. And like if we had the bands come, I would envision maybe having them set up kind of like near the building, up there. And-
Electricity and water.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so we would have them kind of be up there, and then we'd use maybe just one of those fields, is kind of what I was thinking.
There's also a pretty good sized chunk of land. If you go basketball court, there's a playground up here now, and there's actually a mound,
Oh, true,
which is a septic area, but it might be kind of fun
yeah,
in terms of if your flag's on top of the hill.
Right,
And
that's
it would
true.
It would keep them off the soccer field. It's a point.
Or
Like if you went from the field house down, and there's actually a perimeter, which is a road, so I mean, that
Yep.
would just, maybe just, well, you can't see anything when you go there tomorrow, but
yeah,
just from
yeah,
a vision standpoint, it might be interesting, because you've got obstacles.
right,
You know, there's
Yeah.
fences, there's basketball hoops, there's mounds, might be an interesting alternative.
I think generally from a kid's perspective and safety perspective, we'll probably want to keep them off things that are
Yeah.
potentially harmful.
Well, part of the event is the cardboard box forts.
Yeah.
So we have people start collecting like their really big cardboard boxes, and then we would transport them all over. And what we do is we actually start by building like a big wall in the middle of all the cardboard boxes, and then the first round of the game is actually everyone has to run and grab their cardboard boxes and pull them back to their side, and then they build like box forts, and then the kids also, some of them like make themselves like armor, and they can like make helmets, and like they have all they have face paint, and so everybody puts face paint on, and like so it's like they really get into it, and so that's kind of part of the event as well. But we can make the parameters as big or as small as we want, right? Like we would cone it off.
I couldn't have I done something like this.
my assumption would be at that time of the day, the fields would be accessible to our permit holders. There would be 2 soccer nets on the field. Would that cause any problems?
No, we could either, if it would be preferable, we can certainly move the soccer nets off the field, or we could make the borders of the game, not,
Or part of the fort?
or they could be part of it. It's true.
Just so that you're aware that when you get there, it's like, oh, what do we do with this? So.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
we could always ask the users to move the soccer nets off too,
Okay.
since they should. Okay.
When do you decide small or large? Because the small is like an easy. Yeah.
Small I literally just do what we've always done.
Mhm.
Large is, I wanted to wait until I knew I had a larger location to have it, right?
Mhm.
Like, so I didn't want to reach out to like anybody else and ask them about it until I knew I had a place to do it. Because we can't do any bigger than what we're doing at the church. We just literally have maxed out our space.
It's the good news.
Yeah, it's a great problem, right? And so if it's like, yeah, we can use the fields, then there's 2 other area churches that also have youth groups, that I was going to reach out to them and invite them to join us, and then open it up to, their people and whoever wanted to come. And actually one thing that we have had in the past is a small group of people have come to spectate. We just have some people come because it's just funny, frankly. And so we could open it up and say, like, families are welcome to come and just like watch. We wouldn't have younger kids play because, again, I don't want them to get trampled. But little kids might think it's fun, like, you know, it's
Yeah.
kind of wild.
Something to look forward to.
It is, yeah, exactly. Actually, we tell that. I have kids at church all the time, like younger kids, who are like, when, it's called The Bridge, is what this program is called. And all the time, kids are like, when can I come to The Bridge? I'm like, when you're in 5th grade, it's something to look forward to. You can come when you're in 5th grade. So it's, yeah, they look forward to it.
Nice.
So the only other question that I have for you
Mhm.
is the food truck.
Yeah,
So I think it would be
That's where I was
okay,
going.
but
It
it
gets a
has to
little,
go
gets a
to,
little,
It still has
does
to
that have to
go,
go to
everything
select
that's-
board?
yeah, anything that's not direct field athletic use, soccer, lacrosse, needs to get approved by the select board
okay,
when they review, as we talked about,
Yeah.
the public use permit. So
okay.
we're scheduling here, we're trying to ask you some questions that they may be asking you so that
Mhm.
it doesn't become like, oh, I don't know that.
Yeah,
Any questions we had, there might be other questions that they have regarding food truck, because, you know, they would be, ultimately the town is responsible,
Mhm.
and they want to make sure the crowd control. So the
Right.
number of people you have, you know, when I've done groups like this, it's, here's my safety plan, here's everything in place, so we know it's going to be, like it has been, a
Mhm.
well-run, smooth event. That, we have anticipated a lot of different scenarios.
Okay, yeah. I don't know, I've never worked with food trucks before, but I do know a couple people who are like, that. Well, the people I've talked to said they're like permitted to go
Yeah.
to Manters, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys deal with, did you guys, as the select board, did you deal with the coffee, permitting the coffee truck, or that was our okay on it?
I think that there was approval to use town property
Yeah.
in terms of parking the thing over there being accessible, so Becky would have to, usually what happens is the rec committee says, the fields are free that night, or there's no competition there, you can use the property. And the next step usually is come to the select board with a form you fill out ahead of time that says what Mark said, number of people that will participate, description of the event, time, date, and stuff like that. And then you ask the select board to, it's a permission to use town property.
Okay,
And then, you know, we'll ask questions about it, similar to what they asked here tonight, and then we say, go, do it.
okay,
Yes,
Larger scale event sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
we give you the sort of the approval to use the field for that time,
okay,
but they give you the approval to actually use it in the food trucks and stuff like that, so.
okay.
And
Yeah.
we probably say, you've been to the rec committee, and they said the date is fine, the time is fine. It's pretty simple.
Okay, great, good to know.
Can I make a suggestion we appoint somebody from, or have somebody volunteer as a point person, so there's a liaison going up to and then during the event? Something should happen, like the bathroom's locked, what are we gonna call?
Right, right.
You know, we have that system set up that, who it is, we have any volunteers?
I'm checking my schedule.
Okay,
If I'm free, I'll do it.
okay, and
I
if you
was gonna say,
can't,
we're
I will.
inviting all of them.
I think Mike wants to play.
I'm all for the face paint.
Yeah, that's super fun.
But this way, I think it's something we should be going forward when we do events, have a point person.
Great. All right, I make a motion to approve the group on May 9th from 5 on. Soccer field 1 and whatever else they may need.
How about
I
two?
was good.
Two's the one right next to the
The hill.
playground area, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's close.
Two,
I didn't
and then-
say soccer field 2.
and then
Soccer
it can go
field
as far
2,
back as you
yeah,
want, 'cause that's
Soccer
where
field
it
2
is.
is a larger soccer field,
Is
to
that
the
soccer or
furthest back.
Yeah,
So,
let's-
across from basketball, I believe.
yeah, my kids play there, so I'm
Yeah.
familiar with it.
Yeah.
So, anything else I have to add on that?
How about 4:30, give them some time?
Yeah. So, let's start 4:30 on
Yeah.
May 9th. We have a second on that?
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
So just to confirm, field 2 from 4:30 on with the applicants that we have for regular field use, seasonal use, that would be lacrosse till 4 o'clock.
is Saturday.
May 9th,
It's soccer. It's trade soccer. Not
great
lacrosse.
summer.
For field 2.
That's what I'm double checking the fields.
Okay, yeah. Historically, just for people, education, 1 and 3, or 1 and 2 have been boys lacrosse, girls lacrosse respectively, and then 3, 4, 5A, 5B have been for soccer.
Yeah, so on the request it had no field requirements, so I just generally looked for any conflict. We have no conflict on 2.
Okay. Yeah, so it's
At
fine.
all on Saturday.
Perfect.
Okay,
So we're
great.
good.
All right. So,
We have a second, so.
we have a second. We did have discussion, and that field is available. We're gonna vote on it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right, it's done.
Do I need to fill out any other paperwork?
I think that
Well,
is,
Between Mike and I, we'll make sure that you're prepared.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you some
Permit.
stuff.
Okay.
And it'll be like a general field permit, or like
Okay,
public town usage permit,
okay.
and that'll be something that you'll fill out and bring to the select board.
Or-
Phil, does she need to get on the agenda
Yes.
beforehand?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, when she's ready, the form was ready. And Becky, we have meetings on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of every
Okay.
month,
Okay.
so.
Does it take a few, like if I submit it, like by the end of this week, will it take a couple cycles to get on the agenda, do you think?
If you submitted it this week, would be, we'll set the agenda for the meeting next Tuesday on Wednesday.
Okay.
So if you brought that in by this week, it would end up the meeting on the 24th, I think is the date.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, it's still February, so you.
Oh, I know.
You have time.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Awesome.
All set?
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
all right. Correspondence is done. Yes? More?
More
I got
correspondence?
more field stuff, but that, I don't know.
That's under applications.
Yeah.
Bills and claims, I signed the form.
We
We are,
just have towns and energy, I think.
yep,
For the proposal
Thanks.
for
Right.
the field house. And it was a delivery of January 3rd in the amount of $788.17.
oh no.
It's been closed.
It's a big one.
So 424 again, okay.
When we got our accounting slips, I believe, and there was an expenditure, I believe it's for a cleaning company, like $4,000.
No, that was my rec. Last
For
month.
A1, yeah, it wasn't under the typical MyRec. It was an expensive name, like A1 Supplies. I guess my question is the town now using a service to clean the building?
I think DPW is in charge of that.
Well, there's two different things. If they're in charge of it or if they're doing it.
You don't have that printed?
I don't have that with me.
So you saw a charge for 4,000?
So if you went back to the assistant accountant's documentation that she sent out,
Do you have that, Mike?
I don't even know, I have no knowledge of it.
Do you know what date?
it would have been for, not the date off the top of my head, it would, the assistant accountant.
Eve, Eva?
No, Ann.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah.
Ann. It was a name that I wasn't familiar with, and it was for a large amount. When I looked them up, it's a cleaning company out of Salisbury.
I will talk to DPW and ask them.
Like in
Future Supplies? Future
Yeah.
Supply.
Future is, maybe that's,
It's Future Supply and it's almost 4,000.
yeah. That's not my rack.
Does that have a warrant number next to it?
It does. Do you want it offhand?
Yeah.
2604.
2604. So that's,
It's VW 2604.
so that was back in,
That was on 8/21.
yeah, so that's
820.
the beginning
Beginning of the fiscal year.
of the fiscal year, so
That's
that's why it's eluding me. So I thought you meant something more recent.
Well, that's the first time I think I saw it on documents.
If you go to our Google Sheet.
Yep.
If it was from August, that should have been, we should have updated the August 26, 27 with what that was. It has warrant number, I put like a description in generally.
Give me a second. Is that the available record? No. That's future pricing?
No, it would have been current. Maybe I didn't update a 26, 27, I thought I did though. I thought I made a new tab for this fiscal year.
25, 26?
25, 26, yeah.
It says future supply.
Just says future supply, it doesn't say
It
this.
says future supply 2604. Exactly what the invoice that I saw said.
So,
Is that the one you're questioning, or you're questioning something different?
Part of my, I'm questioning that because when I saw that, I didn't recognize what it was. And I don't remember us talking about that kind of an expenditure.
Okay, well,
Okay.
probably did, but go ahead.
Part of the issue is we still haven't got the invoice from DPW from the fall services.
That
Has-
happens, yeah.
Yeah, well, yes, so that's why that brought to my attention, because I hadn't seen it. I don't remember seeing it in a previous document. So sometimes things get added way after the fact. That's my question, that's sort of my question, is what is that? Because I don't remember, looking through, I noticed what we spent that amount for.
all right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll make a phone call, and I'll talk to DPW, I'll talk to Annette and find out if she knows, and if not, we'll figure out what that is and if we're getting charged for it.
I will say that I see DPW at the field house cleaning, so
Yeah,
Yeah, I see the van there.
it could be
could be supplies,
supplies.
yeah, and it could be supplies for the whole town, including the new bathroom down on, by the beach, who knows? But I'll ask, so it's easy enough to ask a question and come up with an answer instead of guessing. All right, that's.
So that's the warrant from August, right? Is there any other elements
No,
that
no.
stood up? So did you also want to find out when we're going to be charged for the fall
Yeah, just-
assessment?
Yeah, so we know
So-
what.
Could be
Where-
fertilizer?
Maybe.
When are we going to be charged for the fall assessment?
I don't know.
That's
It's part
another
B.
question, that's his other question he had.
There's a lot of future supplies on the internet, and they all do a lot of different things. One of them is in Londonderry, New Hampshire, and
Do they do the septic system?
well, one of them does.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I
one of them
think
also,
that one
Okay,
was the
okay.
septic system,
One of
if
them
I
also
recall,
does,
but I'm a little cloudy.
like bathroom, like hand cleansers,
Yeah,
and another one does fertilizer for our grounds. So
Oh, could have been.
wouldn't that be
for-
septic as well?
it could have been it. Could be any of these things, so we'll need more info.
All right, I will find out.
Thank you.
Yep.
I should have picked up on it earlier, I just saw it and had a question.
Any of the bills and claims?
Just Townsend,
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
just Townsend.
Oh, Townsend, yeah, no, that's perfect. Application for Fields Court, Fieldhouse, other.
Yep, so we've got, look, I know that we talked about Lacrosse and Rush previously, but, and we didn't have any problems with that. Triton came to us and requested Fields, there was some conflict, Rush and Triton figured it out on their own. Also, we had talked about that and voted on it before we had actually locked in, before our December or January date, so we need to officially do that again. So Lacrosse, Rush, Triton, all have field requested. There are no conflicts.
Okay.
So we are good to go on that. After we vote on that, I do want to bring up one thing that Triton brought up about a request to use our field house for concessions. So let's vote on field usage real quick, and then I don't know a ton about Triton's request. I got as much information as I could, but I asked that she come to this meeting, but she's out of town for a wedding in Europe. Lucky person. So
Maybe you should come next meeting?
that is, but I got as much as I could, so I wanted to see
Okay.
if there's anything I need to go back to her with.
Okay.
So,
I make a motion to approve the spring field use for lacrosse, Rush. So lacrosse is Georgetown Triton lacrosse, right?
yes.
And then Rush, which is the private soccer group, and then Triton Youth Soccer.
Yes.
Any second on that?
Second.
Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Done? Right, now we'll talk about,
So Olivia from Triton is interested in using our concessions area for selling quick snacks, drinks, packaged goods. She is also interested in storing some of that
I was
stuff.
just gonna say, my first question would be if you wanna store stuff.
Yeah.
so the other question before we go
There's no
anywhere,
room in there.
there's no room?
Okay.
That-
Because that's where we're storing ping pong tables.
So there's 2 ping pong tables, I have 10 folding chairs in
Yep.
there, there's all the DPW cleaning supplies in there. We have right now, we have the box for pickleball.
Pickleball boxes.
Like, it's stuffed
Two,
in there.
yeah, well, there's one downstairs too. That could go downstairs, actually, in the garage.
It's still pretty tight.
Yeah, no, the tables themselves,
Yeah, it's
they're
hard
all-
even for Zach and Josh to
Suffer.
maneuver around in there.
the storage, it should be a sticking point, because that, I mean, you can roll the picnic tables out when
Ping pong
Town Day did it last year, I wound up like cleaning in there kind of thing, just because it was,
A little grungy.
yeah. But,
I mean, you would certainly pull everything out when they're gonna use it.
yeah.
But I mean, in terms of
Well, no,
keeping
and,
stuff there.
yes, so I mean, yes, if we said you can use the area,
You have to clear it out.
you have to clear it out and clean it
Mhm.
and roll the stuff back in, but I think, I wouldn't want a box of Snickers in there or something, that would just be asking for trouble, I think.
I will tell you too, even here, we put everything in bins. So if you were gonna allow them to, like, you wouldn't want just cardboard
right.
boxes of.
They would need like
Yeah, big with
No
their
open
names on
tanks?
it.
Yeah, they need
But at the same
sealed
time, like,
things,
we
but
couldn't take any responsibility for any.
Well,
That goes missing.
Yeah, exactly,
yeah,
like, we
in
had
my
a carton of
lifetime, I've
Snickers.
shared field houses with other groups, and it turns into a real,
That's my water.
yeah,
Yeah,
you used my water. I said, well, we're gonna pay you back, yeah. Mm.
Well, I think there's 2 issues. One issue is the idea of them using for the purpose of selling goods during a lot of times. And the second issue is storage. I think storage is, from what I'm hearing here, is not is a non-starter for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
And I think the idea.
Oh, plus, I don't even want food in the building,
Yeah.
fritters and, yeah, it's just,
I mean, isn't that a little, that space was purposely built for
Yes.
concessions.
yes.
Yeah.
So, am I hearing that we don't want to use it for concessions?
No, 2
Okay.
different issues. One issue is the concessions,
Yeah.
using it to sell goods.
Yep,
The second is storage.
Storage.
yes.
And at this point in time, I don't think storage is a viable option. It didn't cost them anything to ask to store stuff,
Absolutely.
right?
But
So,
also, if you say okay to this one, you have to say okay to the next one, and the next
Yeah,
one.
it's like
Where do you say no?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a good line to draw on.
and it's a matter
Clean
of
up.
using it.
What's their
Clean up
hours for
before.
concessions?
It'd be during their rec time, field times.
Okay.
And I don't, offhand, they've got a lot of requests, like a lot of hours, so. I think in general, they've been just like pop-up tents and like handing out sodas or Gatorades or whatever. But all the money goes, they're 501c3, all the money goes directly to like help fund field rental and everything.
So,
Um,
no, I think,
And they've got,
I think that
they will have a
concessions-
volunteer
yeah, to do
like
it.
doing the,
Yeah.
so store, like, usage with the amount of stuff in there, and knowing that they will have one volunteer to be able to do this, is the amount of stuff that is in there that we will have to have them move out. Is it viable that one person can move those items out in order to make space for them to sell and do concessions?
I don't think it's our responsibility to determine what they could or could be doing in lieu of there not being here. We're asking questions that they should be asking us,
Yep.
answering us. I think if we are receptive to the concept, we invite them back and ask them the questions at that point in time. But for us to say, you're gonna have one, what if there's two? Just like with the other applicants, be here, so we
Well,
get
let me ask it in a different way.
Yeah.
The field house and the concession area, is the concession area or is it a storage area for elements that the Council on Aging is
DPW.
using and DPW is using?
And
Is
you
it a
guys are using.
storage, is it a storage area? So let me ask it that way.
Well,
And I think
what's your
that's something
question?
we should
Is that a
ask.
question to us?
It's a question to us.
It was designed for concessions, it was never meant for storage. It is being used for storage.
Right.
But it is designed for concessions.
Right.
Complete with degreasing units and good stoves and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, we should be able to offer it, and we have been offering it to people and organizations to sell concessions.
Is there a refrigerator in there? I don't think so.
No.
There are nice sinks.
Yes.
Yes.
There's two, yes.
The sink's no stove though, right?
No,
No.
There's no microwave, right?
no.
No.
No stove, no,
No. it's
No
a-
heat, nothing heated.
It's bare bones, it was just, it was, the original plan was to eventually make it a concession stand that we would run, probably the rec committee during the weekends, or we could offer it out, but it was the idea of having that there for use. I think the first thought was us, and then now it works nicely for storage.
Well, it's
Yeah.
convenient. I mean,
And it's safe.
do we need 7 cases of toilet paper underneath the counter? No, you could probably get away with 6 in the garage and 1 up top, but now the garage might be wet, the garage might be, you can open up, that kind of thing. It's convenient.
Do we have shelving in the garage?
No, and the garage, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah,
There's just stuff down there.
so,
It's
and the
fine.
garage is the space
Underneath.
Yeah,
So what
there's
do we-
2 garage
I
doors.
just wanna-
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
when we fine tune this and figure out what we can do with space there,
I like the comment of we're receptive to the idea,
Yeah.
let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I
Have
think that's a good
Olivia
answer,
come in
yeah.
and talk to us about
I
it.
think that's a good answer,
Okay.
because I don't want to be unreasonable either. It's a town building, and if we build shelves downstairs, you could build locking shelves downstairs, because, I mean, when you run a concession stand, you're schlepping, 6 or 7 cases of water and and you don't want to, like, bring them out, put them in your car, they sit in your car all week, so I get it, I understand it. But there's no place to put the ping pong. We could get the ping pong tables because we only use them in winter, but no, they go there in the
Put
summer.
'em-
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't put them down.
My thought process is that, if they're currently selling concessions out of like a tent or something, they're taking stuff home with them anyways.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
Oh, yeah.
it-
And again, it just makes it easier, and it makes it easier to find that volunteer who's running the concession stand.
Yeah, it's a convenience thing for
Yeah.
them too, to be able to store things there, but.
Oh, it's right there. It's like Zach, I mean, you didn't need toilet paper, there's a case right there. It's just trash bags, cleaning fluid,
Well, and again, I don't want to go answering questions that we don't have.
Yeah, no,
But-
I think we got the right answer.
But
Great.
as a solution, they leave an equipment box out in the field for stuff anyways. You
Yes,
could
a
have
lockbox,
you
yeah.
have a lockbox
Mhm.
down there, and you can fill it up during the week, and your other stuff, lock it up, and you're responsible for it. But again, I don't want to get ahead of them and see what their thoughts are.
Because maybe they build a shed that they can lock.
Or they just park a car there permanently, a van.
That's a good idea. School bus.
All right, so I'll let Olivia know that we have some questions.
We're
open.
receptive.
We're very open to the idea, but we have questions. Great.
Olivia is soccer?
Triton Youth Soccer, yes.
Update on old business. That can be a variety of things. I'll just quickly chime in that I had a conversation about the walking path around the fields. There's a big price tag involved in that if we want to actually have a design for it. It's $45,000, and that's because they have to go through, I think, Conservation Commission. So that's something we can't afford to do at this point.
And that just for design?
Yeah, that's not build or do anything else.
And it's just update where the wetlands are kind
Yeah.
of thing.
So that's one issue. I talked to DPW about the signage, and I guess they couldn't use the sign as is because of whatever reason, so the DPW has had a new sign sort of covered and built, and hopefully it will be done within a week or so. So that is going to happen.
Soonish.
Yeah, soonish. Has anyone been in the building at all recently? Cindy, have you guys been over there?
Kathy was there yesterday, I was.
And have they done anything at all with the bubbler?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
If I can just also let you guys know future supplies for fertilizer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. That's what I figured.
Was it on the line item for field maintenance, or do they have to stop? It's all one account, right?
It's all one account.
All right, so that is being charged to us, and that's fine.
Nice job there.
I'm here to help.
Matlock.
No, I
I'm
was
here,
trying to
I'm here to
think-
help you guys.
Gonna make a Superman Jimmy, but I couldn't come up with his last name with the cover report.
So the
Jimmy
site,
Olsen.
Jimmy
Jimmy Olsen.
the site improvements for the Triton campus to Central, was that through one of the Triton coaches or something? Were they
Yeah.
over there?
Cross
Was he gonna
country coach,
speak to us
that's-
about that, or
That's,
just?
I quite, well, you could go to, yeah.
I talked to him the other day. He said that he has sent out a few emails. At that point, this was maybe about a week ago, he had not received any correspondence back. Because I remember there was interest in having, some interest with a few of you of him walking the paths that he laid out
Yeah,
with him.
no, I sent him an email after the last meeting and said that, based on the walking trail stuff, update the wetlands. And I said I attached actually the piece from the master plan, which actually has wetlands kind of delineated on it. I said that needs to be updated. It's getting complicated, and I want to walk the path with you. And they sent me something back and said you forgot the attachment, and then I went looking for the attachment, I couldn't find it. So I owe him an email, and it hasn't moved from that. I had reached out to Tracy, and she was like, get all your ducks in a row and come in. So I considered that a victory, it's not dead on the vine. It's just we're at that point where it's just we got to be able to walk through the woods to make sure he's not going through wetlands or. I think, because it goes back to, can a path just be a path? Like if we get 200 people to walk around, do 50 laps, we have a path.
Well,
The other thing, I got an email from Cultural Council again. They want to do the Newbury Town Day. I don't know if this is the right time for that.
They haven't put the application in, so that.
Well, no, they asked me for a date.
Okay.
And is it okay, is August 15th okay? And I'm like, I don't know what, we're just getting spring scheduled. So I said, let me come to the meeting and say, are they usually on the field on August 15th? So,
No.
No.
okay.
And that we could lock in a temporary date for August so that someone else doesn't have a family get-together or a picnic or.
We have to wait till all applications are in and the specific dates.
We're good for the summer.
summer.
Summer is included in the spring for
Is
this
it?
purpose, yes.
So we,
We're good.
okay.
So why don't we just, I make a motion to save the date for August 15th, was that?
August 15th, it's a
August
Saturday,
15th,
yeah.
and
No talk
does it
about
usually do,
rain
they do
day.
the car show the
They did
night
car show
before?
the night before.
That was another thought I had was, should we reach out to Tony and ask him, you know, I don't know, or I could ask them, like if you talk to him, because I thought that worked perfectly, that was.
All right, well, let's just do a tentative date for August, we'll save that date, we'll do a save the date for August 15th for Newbury Town Day.
Yeah, that, as it,
14th and 15th, just make it that weekend so they can set up.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can do-
14th.
yeah,
Yeah, so
Does-
let's lock the 14th and the 15th of August for Newbury Town Day and maybe a car show. And we'll have that sort of locked in.
and if someone wants to do that, that's fine, if not, I can liaise with them again, that worked very
Okay.
well last year.
So do I have a second on that motion for those
Second.
two guys? Any discussion? Okay, done. Site improvement, DPW trails, GPD maintenance schedule. They say they do it when they do it. Oh. Not new business, but updating old business. John, we had that discussion about the rail trail. And just right now, the rail trail, which doesn't include the recreation committee, but the rail trail is moving along a little bit slower than what we had planned. And somehow it would be nice to sort of, there might be a way that we end up coming close to, on the next portion of it, coming close to our fields. But that may be a thing, may not be a thing. But I just want to know, you guys know that we're working on that, on the rail trail committee.
Yes.
That's about it. What else? Shading for court usage. Has anyone done anything further on that? As far as, I think we can probably talk DPW and put in some permanent posts for it, but have we come up with any solid price or size for something like that?
So I called the shade people, I don't know, we had it, but they have yet to call me back.
It's not the shady company.
And it's not the shade company, it's the shade people or the shade, yes, they have yet to call me back. I thought I had their.
At one point in time, I think when Tracy was here, she said there might be a bid list company for shade structures.
Yeah, I think so.
If you're, are you gonna go to the treasurer's office?
Yeah, I have to do that, I can ask.
Yeah, because there was, I mean, it literally was a 135-page spreadsheet.
And, oh, that's right, you went through every one of
Yeah,
those.
and there were like 3 or 4 people that were approved, so I think you can actually, that affects like bidding, I think.
Yeah,
Cindy?
Mhm.
Who, you said in Middleton they have them up?
Yes.
Is that part of the school or is that part of town?
They're on school property, that I know.
So if we're gonna try to figure that out, we would go to the Middleton School Department to find out, not the, okay,
Yeah.
I'll reach out.
This is a,
And they're up in the winter? Cindy?
The shade structure piece of it is taken off, but the pole is there.
Poles are there,
Yeah.
and that's that school down behind,
How many?
Scary.
How many?
wait, that's not the one on 114.
No.
And it's the middle school?
How many
Private
school?
cat.
What is
It's
it?
an elementary.
I'm
It's
just
elementary.
out in the pool.
well, you just went to the pool.
It's on the right side of
Sydney's.
114 going north.
That's from that shade structure place. But they've yet to call me back, so.
Yeah, because at least we have, if we can find out how they purchased theirs, and if they had their, town installed it, or if it was one of those things where they hired a company that accompanied everything, at least we have an idea. And I think we should probably work on that sooner than later.
10 by 30 is the number I think we use. And it would cover the picnic tables where they are right now. It's behind one of the main court baskets.
Yeah, I'm also wondering about the play structure.
Play structure would be, yeah.
Because that gets real hot, right? Didn't we
Oh,
decide?
no, yeah, just absolutely in the middle of,
Yeah.
no shade.
Okay. New business. Anyone? Want to talk about anything? Bike trails.
Bike trails, an interesting, I think we kind of signed up for that committee thinking that this was going to be like smooth sailing.
Didn't turn out that way.
There's memorandums of understanding like between us and Georgetown, and so, because we're connected, because it has to come from Georgetown to get to us, so. And so they've got their engineers, we've got our engineers. Their engineers found something in one of our bridges, and it's like Kristen's learning as we are, I think, as we go along.
And it looked like.
We
like
thought we
things
had a
were
build
gonna
date of 2027, and it just, they said 2030
Yeah,
at
we got
the last
bumped,
meeting.
and which is a real bummer.
Just have to live 3 more years.
Yep, that's a little bummer. I'll be, I think at that point, 97.
Yeah.
Well, it's been decades to begin with, right?
Well, no, it's 100, listen, we're building this thing, it's gonna last 150 years.
Well, no, I'm saying-
If you don't get behind this, then we're not using the right words. This is the greatest thing that'll ever happen.
Yeah, well,
No, what I'm saying is, I remember the conversation started decades ago. too.
2016, yeah, and it just went dormant, and then all of a sudden, Mass DOT shows up, and it's like, boom,
yeah, we have funding for
here's the
it.
document right
Yeah.
here. Here's your rail trail. Plan by plan, foot by foot.
Yeah. And
Okay, let's build it.
And the issue is, right now, it seems to be, we probably shouldn't get it into this too much, but landowners, and how landowners deeded rights, and what aren't deeded rights, and what will happen, and a lot of it's interesting.
Yeah, well, Georgetown's tripping in that area.
Yeah, and Georgetown has also hit
So we're gonna use that.
a big bump where someone doesn't want to fund it because of funding in Georgetown, they want to spend money, so that might be a problem. So anyway,
Oh, it'll get built.
yeah, I'm just hoping that one day, the second
Right.
half, which we're semi-planning, goes from Central Street somewhere to Newburyport, whether it goes over Central Street Bridge and goes around that way, Central Street up the highway, or if it goes down along the corridor along 95 or whatever, but it will enhance Newbury's recreation greatly as far as,
And access to open space.
yep. It's pretty amazing.
I just have a question about the shade structure, to go back to that.
Yes.
In terms of cost for that?
Yep.
Are you looking to put that on, like, in front of town meeting? to
How
appropriate
soon do we have to have that?
Funds for that?
Yeah. I think we still have, we probably have money in our account, but it depends on how much the city.
Your revolving fund? I
think
don't
we-
believe you can use those funds
No.
for that.
For this sort of thing, since it's not
It's
a
an
field
exact field.
thing specifically, we need to go to town.
You have to go to town meeting. So I didn't know if you guys are looking to appropriate that, but that means if that's approved, you can't use those funds till July 1st, just so you know.
Yeah,
Unless you want to look
Okay,
at.
this coming
maybe
July
like-
1st?
Right, the next fiscal
New
year.
fiscal year.
New fiscal year.
There's also-
Unless you
We're
do
moving
like
at snail's
grants.
pace on this
Yeah.
anyway, so I don't think that that's a problem.
I think think the soccer players and lacrosse players probably need something to cool down when they're playing out there, and by putting up a tent, covers that portion of it.
Yeah.
Because if you're putting picnic tables up, those soccer players and lacrosse
So
players.
where do you plan on putting the structures? One over the playground? Or near the playground?
Well, it depends on if the soccer players, lacrosse players use that playground area to get out of the sun and heat, then that may be a possibility.
I would suggest to you to talk to Tracy about
Yeah.
that one, to make sure that that would fly, 'cause I don't.
Yeah, no,
if
I
that would
know,
fly.
I know, I know, I
I
know.
mean, the other thing is you apply for grants, maybe, for grants that, recreation grants that could cover something like that.
Yeah, we're looking for something will happen. I think everything, open space and that whole thing, we may be able
A lot
to
of
apply
good
for
people
more grants.
working on this.
Yeah. Everything is intertwined, and this year will tell us a lot.
Some fast-growing trees.
Okay, I don't want to take too much time, because I'm sure you have to get home to study, right?
I don't have anything more.
All right, let's hang out.
And the answer was yes. You answered incorrectly.
Does anybody have, like, Tony Matthews' contact?
I have it at home.
I used to.
I mean, just shoot him a text or something. I'm not sure I can find it.
Let me see if I have it on my phone.
I have his
I got
wife's-
Leslie's.
I have his wife's cell phone number.
Yeah, I got Leslie's.
I will look at him or Steve's email address
Oh, yeah.
and get that. I'll send
Yeah,
it to
good, yeah,
them
yeah,
and then have
yeah.
contact.
Excellent, excellent.
So are you
I
gonna?
mean, we're not trying to influence them, but if they, I thought.
Well, this is
I thought
the
it
time-
worked
No, they
great.
usually go hand in hand. So, Mark, you handle that?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll get back to cultural council and say that we're gonna save the date.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good year. I think it's gonna be a good year for the fields, and we have this church group that are gonna use it, and any kind of use on that field. And the new sign, instead of having 2 4x4s that are hanging up there with no sign, I think that is gonna enhance that. And people say, hey, look at, who came up with Central Green? Who's gonna take responsibility for it?
Okay, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's make Mark on this town.
Yeah, it's good. No, that is great. It's a great name. It's absolutely wonderful.
Keep all the high school kids from throwing eggs at the sign.
Do they do that anymore?
Do they what?
Do they throw eggs at signs?
So,
Across the banks?
I was just gonna say, I don't think they would do that anymore.
so we had in Beverly, it was Herd Stadium. That's where the football games were. So it's Beverly Salem football games have been going from Thanksgiving, like when the Witches first came to
130
Salem.
years,
Yeah, it's a long time. And so every year when it was in Beverly, the Salem kids would just come over and take the H and turn it into an N. So it was Nerd Stadium.
Oh,
That was and we'd go over there and put dish detergent in their fountains, and it'd be like foam coming up for a week. But I did.
That sign said "Home of the Witches," and that's just begging for.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
is.
yeah. Okay. Anybody else want to add to our? All right. Let's call it a meeting. Oh, wait a second, before we go anywhere, do we do a date for, do we pre-date March?
Yes, March is-
I think we also did March 2nd or something. I think. Yeah, March 2nd.
March 2nd?
We don't have April.
Is that good for everyone right now?
And keep them down
Yeah.
here?
What's that?
Keep the meetings down here?
Yeah, is that okay with you, Cindy?
I can do March, I might not be able to do April.
Can we do the meetings down here?
Yeah, for March, yes,
Okay, maybe not April.
maybe not April, but
Okay,
I can let you
awesome.
know that for sure.
Okay, awesome.
What was the date for April? April 6th?
I don't think we have one for April.
Okay.
All right,
That's what I have.
let's stay at March right now until we find out if we have snacks. And so that's good. We've got a meeting. I call the meeting at 7:29. Do I have a second?
second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. That's been an hour. We did this in less than an hour.